and a monster home run hit to a place that
I think it's popping.
Who would have thought hip hop would have made
What's
it?
going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Rob Durant podcast. Here with my man Cesar, because the World Baseball Classic is on and running. We've been waiting for this for a few weeks, bro. We've been talking about it and teasing about it. But now we're here. World Baseball Classic is in full swing. Before we jump into it, bro, how you doing?
Well, besides everything else that's happening in the world, I'm doing pretty good, Honestly, I can't complain. We almost not having the World Baseball Classic. But I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. I'm excited that we're doing this. I'm glad we made it, and here we are. Let's cook.
Yeah, man. Let's cook indeed. World Baseball Classic, for those that don't know, doesn't happen every year. It happens every few years. We get teams. It's sort of like Olympic style where you get teams from these countries, players coming together and just having a ball, man. Just having a good time, playing for their pride, playing for their country, trying to win the gold in a sense. I'm excited, bro, because the World Baseball Classic has gotten better every single time it's come around. And I think this year, seeing the powerhouse that the USA is coming with, really coming together and finally bringing the best of the best. Obviously, Team DR, that's the motherland. They're coming with their star power. We see other teams tapping in. Obviously, Japan is a powerhouse, having won the Baseball Classic 3 times, which is the most ever, and looking to win again. And, we were left the last Baseball Classic with one of the greatest matchups we may ever see in the history of baseball, with Shohei on the mound against Mike Trout. And that's how the World Baseball Classic ended last time. So quite the freaking left you with wanting more, but had also the perfect ending. And now we're here again. So bro, what are your thoughts, man? What do you see happening in the World Baseball Classic? Let's pick some winners from each pool, see who's going to advance. And then I guess we'll get spicy and maybe make some predictions about who we think will win it all.
No, yeah, sounds good, bro. And yeah, the thing that stood out to me before this tournament even begins is Team USA coming with the Avengers, basically, which I love. I think it's awesome for the sport. I think this is going to bring more fans into the MLB altogether. Seeing all these juggernauts together, it's pretty insane. It feels like I'm playing a video game, but I'm not. I'm just being a bystander or just being a fan. And I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna enjoy this year. I mean, we have the World Baseball Classic and the World Cup in the same year. I don't think that's ever happened before. So, yeah, man. But that's the team that stood out to me the most. When I was looking on paper, obviously, DR's lineup is crazy. But I feel like overall, Team USA looking scary. And, of course, Team Japan, they're amazing in these kind of tournaments. And they probably have the most impressive team that they've had to date as well. So, but I'm excited, bro.
Yeah. So let's jump right into it. So Pool A, we got Puerto Rico, Canada, Colombia, Cuba, and Panama. So, I mean, I can start in this one if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is a pretty good pool. The two favorites for me, obviously, I'm going to go with Puerto Rico, number one. Even though they don't have all the players we thought they were going to have going into the tournament, they're still a really solid team. And I can definitely see them winning the games necessary to take that first spot in Pool A. The runner-up is where I'm a little conflicted, because Cuba is always one of those teams that comes and they play their butts off. But Canada is also a sleeper team, I think, in a sense, because they got some really good players as well. Really solid team. Colombia is another one you can't really sleep on either. I'm going to give the edge to... I'm going to go with Cuba, bro. I almost said Canada, but I'm going to go with Cuba for this one.
You know what's crazy? I was going to do that exact same reaction you had. That's what I did in my head. So I'm going to go with Cuba as well, but watch Canada advance.
Claro. That's guaranteed. You're welcome, Canada.
Yeah, we just jinxed them crazy right now.
Damn, bro. I almost went with Canada. I just, they're a good team. Not a lot of people know that MLB in general, the Canadians have good players across MLB and stuff like that. But, I know they're lacking Freddie Freeman, who would have been like their big star. But Even without him, it's still a really good team. So it wouldn't shock me if they advance.
But you know what's crazy? Game 10 is going to be Canada versus Cuba. So I think
Mm,
whoever wins that game probably gets that
that might be
runner
it.
up. You know, if PR obviously does their, if they
Yeah.
can pull it off, of course, because it's a tough pool. It's a little tough. It's a little sleeper pool.
It excuse me, it is. One person I'm excited to see though in Team PR is actually a Yankee prospect, Elmer Rodriguez, formerly Elmer Cruz Rodriguez. I think he's the real deal from a starting perspective. He throws gas, bro. We're talking 100 plus. I wouldn't be shocked if he makes it to the MLB at some point this year, maybe later in the year, maybe a bullpen piece, maybe some spot starts and just kind of sticks around. But that dude is the real deal, bro. So I'm excited to see that kid pitch in this World Baseball Classic, see what he does under the bright lights.
No, I'm hype. I'm hype.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I really, now I really do feel like
Cool.
Canada, man. But what are you gonna say?
No, jumping into Pool B.
Okay, okay.
We got the United States, we got Mexico, Italy, Great Britain, and Brazil.
Mm. Well, I could take it from here. So I have USA winning this pool. I got them being number one, and I'm not gonna get sexy. I mean, you know, Italy. I don't know. Is a team that they can surprise some people, but since Mexico had such a great run last time, you know, I don't feel like that was all entirely a fluke. I think
It
Mexico
did.
will probably. I think they get out of this pool as well as the runner-ups. Who you got?
Yeah, yeah, Mexico gave Japan a scare last year, bro. That game was crazy. That game was intense. Randy Rosarena just, my man went off in that tournament.
Uh,
That dude lit it up. For this, I have to agree though, man. The U.S. obviously, unless some crazy stuff happens, the U.S. is gonna advance. And then I got Mexico runner up for that one. I just don't see. I think there's tiers to this pool, and tier one is the U.S. Then is Mexico, and then everyone else follows after that. And I think it's a pretty big fall off compared to those two.
yeah, I agree. I just, you know, there's always one of these sleeper teams in some of these pools.
Yeah,
I think the sleeper team here will be Italy. But
yeah, I could see that for sure. It'd be interesting with the U.S. because Schoolball is only making one start against Great Britain. I think Skeens, he's not going to be in for long. I think he's making like two starts. So it'd be interesting to see what happens after that first game. Although I still think the U.S. has enough to get. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say U.S. is going to sit out here and start losing games. But I'm interested to see lengthwise, like past this first, the pool round, how the U.S. responds and things like that once some of their big time pitchers are no longer with the roster. But I guess we'll get there when we get there.
yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Like it's like a little tease, like how you
Yeah.
gonna bring this juggernaut team and then not finish it, you know? But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. I get it from the perspective, like Schoolballs, for example. He's a free agent after this year. He just got that record arbitration deal. So I get it from his perspective, especially where pitchers are at a premium, and one pitch going wrong could just derail everything for him. So I get it from his perspective. So I guess, I appreciate the fact that he's going because we're getting the best pitcher on the planet, at least for one start. But it would have been nice to see them continue and just kind of go through. You never know; it could make a difference later on.
Yeah, and before we continue, because you know we did mention PR, like I found it outrageous that you know certain players weren't gonna get the insurance to play. You know, like they weren't gonna get insurance in case of an injury in this tournament. I think that's totally like uncalled for, especially when you think about contracts like Michael Jordan had, for example, back in the day, where he could just play literally pickup basketball and he would still get insured for that. Like, you know, I it's a shame that a tournament of this caliber that it's gonna generate so much revenue that we're not able to see these teams at their best. Like this will never happen in FIFA. You know what I mean? But hopefully baseball gets there at
It
some
is, yeah, it is frustrating. And from my understanding, and I know WBC is like, it's different than MLB. So, if I'm wrong on this, I ask anybody who's listening, feel free to correct it. From my understanding, the insurance stuff is separate from MLB, and it's WBC kind of operates under like almost like the Olympic rules, where they kind of have their own subsection of how they handle things. But I do I found it very frustrating that PR's players weren't insured because of injuries or pre-existing injuries or prior injuries and stuff like that. But we really didn't see that consistency with other teams. Like, for example, the U.S. has played like Aaron Judge, and no knock on Aaron Judge, but the dude has spaghetti elbow at the end of the season with the Yankees. And my man, is named captain, and rightfully so, and all this stuff. But I found it weird that a player like him, who had that injury history at the end of the season, other players like Buxton, who has injury concerns throughout his career, and a lot of other guys and other teams as well that just have these injury concerns, got in no problem. Obviously, again, I don't know the full process of it. I don't know all the details of it, but having players that, like Javi Baez, for example, he wasn't allowed in because he got caught with like smoking weed like 5 years ago or something like that. And it's like, bro, again, WBC rules if you got caught within the last whatever amount of year. But it's crazy to me. Like, you didn't catch him this year. He didn't test positive this year. But somehow he's not allowed to get in for that. So it was very annoying. We almost lost Team Puerto Rico in the transcourse of all this, which would have been completely whack considering they're playing in Puerto Rico for the pool games too. So thanks for bringing that up, because I totally spaced on that too. And I know we had a good conversation about that before.
No, yeah, no doubt. I mean, yeah, and it's crazy. I feel like certain things are very outdated, and this is a relatively new tournament, so I feel like if anything, this should be a more flexible system being run. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Like you said, I don't know all the intricacies that happens.
Yeah.
With how many people are involved in these decisions, but all I know is that as a spectator, as a fan, these are things we notice, and it sucks.
It does. It does. Hopefully they figure something out. Or MLB maybe gets a little more involved when it comes to their players at least, and figure something out insurance-wise. But yeah, on to Pool C, where we got Japan, Korea, Chinese Taipei, Australia, and Czechia? My bad if I'm mispronouncing that. To anybody out there who's listening to us.
Is that Czech Republic, or is that their name, Czechia?
That's what I got right here, bro. I cannot confirm nor deny that. So again, I apologize to anybody who may be listening from that country if I mispronounced it.
It's Czech Republic. It's Czech Republic. Yeah, it's another name for Czech Republic.
There we go.
Okay.
I'm a baseball expert, not a geography guy. My bad.
Yeah, but who you like in this pool besides Japan?
Japan is they are who they are, bro. Japan is who they are. Even without Shohei pitching, I think he's not allowed to pitch. I don't think they need him to pitch. Japan is just one of those very high contact, low strikeout, just play the game right, speed. They got balance across the entire lineup. I'm sure if you put their coaches and managers out there, they'll do the same damn thing the players are doing, because that's just how well run Japanese baseball is. I mean, credit to them, credit to the system. They do a great job of developing player and talent. But yeah, Japan is taking this one. I'm going to go with Korea, bro. I think Korea, although they don't historically have a good track record, maybe this is finally the year they break that whatever you want to call it, and cross that line and make it to the next round.
Okay. Now this one's tough, man. Like I don't know. I want to go out on a limb here and get crazy. I think I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna do one of the most boring brackets ever. I'm gonna go with Chinese Taipei. I'm gonna go with Japan, one of Japan's arch rivals. And just yeah, I'm gonna go with them. But I was thinking about going Australia. Yo me iba a locar. I'm not gonna lie. I was about to just go.
Can I tell you the truth? I was thinking Australia could be the dark horse here.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-listen to this again and revisit. But this is gonna be mad funny. We got Australia, Canada, all these teams advancing. So for the betters out there,
No, y ahorita Czech Republic for me mispronouncing them, tú era.
that's how life is.
Watch when Czech Republic listens to this. They're going to be like, you mispronounced my country? I got you. Let me knock off Japan real quick.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, they're gonna play Japan.
epic
they're gonna play Japan. They're gonna play Japan in Game 10. Czech Republic. Be careful. Yeah, man. But anything else on this pool?
No, I think we're good. We could jump into Pool D to see what's up.
The D for death. This is the death pool.
Ya lo sabe. Ya lo sabe, bro. I'm gonna go Dominican Republic #1. I don't want to hear anybody tell me anything. I feel like overall this is the best team DR has put out there because I feel like pitching is not necessarily the strength. Obviously, the offense is the strength, but I think pitching is much better than it's been in the past, which has always been my biggest concern with Team DR is the pitching.
Yeah,
make it through the next rounds with pitching, and I think they can this time around.
Okay.
Offensively, you know, Juan Soto, the guy I still miss in a Yankee uniform and will never get over. Vladdy, Tatis, Julio Rodriguez. Ay, Dios santo, man.
No, yeah.
What an offense.
They are loaded.
Se pasaron eso.
And
shout out to Austin Wells.
Yes, Dominicano full.
For runner-up, man, this was tough because the Netherlands are a good team. Mm-hmm. They have some solid pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can ever overlook like a Nicaragua.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with Venezuela here, bro, because Venezuela is a powerhouse.
They are.
I don't think you cannot overlook Venezuela, man. They have, as much as we talk about like USA, Japan, DR, PR, like Venezuela's up there, bro. Their roster is loaded.
I agree.
It's it's a really good roster, man. So I'm gonna go with Venezuela being the runner-up in this pool.
Okay. So no one's surprised. I'm gonna go with DR taking this pool. By the way, we're gonna have DR versus Venezuela for Game 10.
Bueno, Cesar has some technical difficulties. I'm sure he'll be back. But since I have you guys, classic. Right now we're in Pool D. Cesar's about to jump back on in a bit, give his picks and all that good stuff. Yeah, I think Team DR is one of those teams that just they're fully loaded. I love their roster from top to bottom. I don't know if there's any players off the top of my head that I would include that weren't included. Trying to think. I don't even know, man. Like the team is just maybe Jose Ramirez actually. I would have loved to see Jose Ramirez on there. I understand why he's not doing it, but it would have been great to see him in there. I think Pujols as the manager is going to be good as well because you're going to see somebody that has the experience, knows the culture, knows the players, knows the people, is very well respected. Not just in DR, but across baseball in general. He's an ambassador of the game. And we got Cesar back.
Yeah. Sorry about that, folks.
No, it's all good. I was just giving people some more insight on DR, talking about Pujols being the manager. I think he's going to be a good asset. He's well respected within the game of baseball as a whole. And he knows the country, knows the players. Again, he retired just a couple years ago, so he's very familiar with all these guys. probably mentored a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys looked up to him. So I'm excited for what DR is coming with and what they're going to bring to the table.
So am I. I'm not sure when I left, but in this pool, to no one's surprise,
We didn't hear your picks yet.
right? So to no one's surprise, I'm gonna pick Team DR as well to win this pool. I agree with Roberto. This is actually one of the more impressive lineups that DR has put together, and I'm really loving the vibes that I'm seeing from the team. Like I think it's a well together group. Obviously, everybody's having fun at first. We'll see how they face adversity and all that stuff. But I think they have the right man, the right leader. Very cool, level-headed Albert Pujols to who knows a thing or two about rising up to the occasion and keeping your emotions in check when it counts. So DR, I got them coming off this, and I'm actually gonna go with the Netherlands. I do prefer Venezuela to come out on top because I always like to support the Latino countries, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with my gut. My gut is telling me the Netherlands is gonna um, come out of this very tough pool because look, Nicaragua, Israel has gone out of the pool. They've advanced in the past as well. So this is a loaded pool, and I feel like we're gonna get like a couple of upsets here and there. And I think since Venezuela's gonna play Team DR at the end, and they're gonna probably need to win that game, I think that might be the game that might eliminate them for good because they might get upset early on in the earlier games. But as far as the actual games I've seen so far, Roberto, I don't know if you got to see any of these exhibitions. I was a little disappointed with DR today. They drew a draw with the Tigers. They were up 3-1 in the ninth, and then the Tigers like scored 3 runs. But I do like how they responded. They tied the game, and they kept it there. So I like that they responded, even though you know they blew the lead. So, but again, it's an exhibition game. I think that the first game was the real one that they wanted to kind of come in and and build that momentum, and they already saw how this lineup could get hot. And I think the DR team is coming in with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I agree. I think the vibes are just immaculate with that team right now. But again, like you said, you got to put those vibes on the field essentially, and you got to play ball at the end of the day. You can't win on paper.
Yeah.
You got to go out there and play your best.
And know how to respond to adversity because it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Exactly.
But I was thinking maybe.
So what do you want to do now, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You want to pick the final 4 teams or the final 2 teams? What are we doing?
Yeah, let's go with a final 4. We'll skip the quarterfinals.
Okay.
We'll pick our final 4, and then we'll pick our winner from that final 4. Or, the championship and then the winner.
Deal. You want me to go first?
Dale.
So for the final 4, I got PR versus the USA in the semifinals. And, well, I don't know how they do it, but I do see them coming out of, since they're in Pool A, Pool B, I see them 2 coming out of that bracket.
Yeah.
Now for the other 2, to nobody's surprise, I'm going to have Japan and DR. So I got USA, PR, Japan, DR. And I'm sure they're going to do some sort of crisscross at that point, but those are the final 4 teams. That's how it usually is, right? Like, they don't stick to one bracket all the way, do they?
Yeah, the bracket right now just shows quarterfinal, it's TBD, so I don't know who goes into what. I guess it depends how those play out.
Okay.
So I guess from there we can pick, let's say we pick our dream matchup. I guess we can call it. And then we'll pick our winner since the bracket has to get figured out.
Right.
So what would be your dream championship?
Oof. My dream championship. I don't know. I guess since I kind of want DR to get their little revenge. Didn't DR lose to Japan in the finals at one point? I kind of want them to overcome that. They want to find. They lost to a finals, right, against Japan.
I believe so. I believe it was the first one.
Yeah, I would like to see DR versus USA in the semifinals, and then DR versus Japan in the finals. That's my dream.
Dang, you putting DR through the ringer. Damn.
I don't want no excuses, man. I want no excuses.
Damn.
What would be your?
Bueno, my dream final, honestly, like, I think our Final Four is similar, although I don't know how it lines up bracket-wise. Because the way I had it, they face each other in that quarterfinal. But if by some miracle it switches up and Cuba takes Pool A and Puerto Rico's the runner-up, I would like to see the U.S. and Cuba in the semifinals as opposed to them versus PR or whoever.
Okay.
And then I got DR and Japan as on the other side. And then I would love to see USA versus DR in the championship. Because yo soy masoquita, ¿verdad? So I'm going to see Aaron Judge on one side, who's my guy, my captain. But then he's going to be going against my motherland, my country. Yeah. And I'm going to see Juan Soto on the other side. Tú me entiendes? I love the pain when it comes to baseball. That's just me.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to love seeing that if that's what ends up happening. And of course, sorry, Aaron Judge, I'm going to root for Team DR. That's just it. This is different.
Of course.
You don't have the pinstripes on. So, but that would be dope. Seeing Team USA versus Team DR going at it. But good luck to whoever has to knock Japan off. Because the deeper it gets, the better they get.
No, yeah, Japan, they're really good at this. They're really good at these tournament pools. So I think we have the games very similar. You just prefer USA to be in the finals, which I understand. I think you get the best of both worlds type thing there. It's closer to home.
Let me ask you a question. What's a bigger upset? If USA doesn't make it and win it, or if a team like Japan or DR doesn't make it or win it?
Doesn't make it where?
To the finals, to the championship round. Like, what's the bigger upset? If USA gets knocked off, before they make the championship, or if Japan/DR doesn't make it to the championship at all?
Well, I think odds-wise, you would probably say Japan would be the bigger surprise, but the second runner-up would probably be USA, because I feel like their pools are a little soft. I don't want to use the word soft, but they're it's not compared to DR's pool, what they gotta go through.
Yeah.
It's they have a steeper hill to climb. So I think since Team USA came and they came with the Avengers, if they don't make the finals this year, and the league isn't here in America, MLB, it's gonna be the media's gonna be kind of loud. They're gonna give it to the USA. Japan, they're more supportive. They're more like lenient towards their country, and they've already won like 3 of them. So I think there's definitely a lot more pressure on Team USA this year than even a Team DR.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think USA, not at the very least, like bare minimum, they have to make the championship. considering what they brought to the table. I think you look at like the redeem team for USA basketball or this last team that just went with Curry, Durant, LeBron, them not making it either, that would have been crazy upset.
Yeah.
Like you brought everybody. You brought the whole squad with you. The best of the best. And then you didn't make it to the championship. So I think that would be the absolute biggest upset, I think, in the tournament overall. Because I think the expectations are sky high. They set the bar high. And rightfully so. Again, when you start with Aaron Judge and say, all right, I'm going to build around this guy, and you bring in the Schwarbers, Bryce Harper, Bobby Witt freaking Jr., like, you, bro.
Kyle Raleigh,
Oh my God. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you have to win. You have to at least make the championship.
Yeah, I agree. I think the team with the most pressure, if we're talking pressure, the team with the most pressure is probably Team USA.
Yeah.
DR is up there too. DR has a lot of pressure because, you look at that lineup and you're like, you expect good things from them. But Japan's always going to be, they're always going to be in the mix. So, I don't know. Who you think has more pressure, Team Japan or DR? I would say...
I'm going to go DR, bro.
Right? Yeah, I would say DR.
Yeah, because like you said, Japan has won 3 of them already.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't win this one, it's like, all right, we get them next time. And they probably will.
Yeah.
But DR, I think DR needs to really get it done, I think. They're another team. I think they're at the point where, you have as much star power, I think, as you're going to get this time around. So you got to get it done this year.
I agree. I'm energized for this, man.
Yeah, I'm hyped, bro.
It was hitting me yesterday. Yesterday was when it hit me. Seeing those exhibitions, I was like, oh, man.
You know when it hit me, man? When I saw, and I keep saying his name, bro, because I can't get over it. When I saw Juan Soto wearing that DR jersey, chacho, man, that just sent me to a different stratosphere. That was it for me. As soon as I saw him wearing that Dominican, oof, I need to get me one of those. I want the blue jersey, though.
Yeah.
The blue jersey is tough.
Julio Rodriguez there with Tatis, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Manny Machado.
Boy, I'm hyped, bro.
Can't wait. Man.
And then baseball season starts right after that.
Yo, this year has been lit. Like, sports-wise,
yes.
I don't think we're going to get that much rest this year.
No, not at all.
Because we didn't even speak about the Winter Olympics. Shout out to that. That joint was...
That was good stuff.
That was really entertaining. I'm not going to lie. And I didn't understand half of these. Probably 80% of the sports. I didn't understand.
Bro, I'm gonna say something. And my bad if anyone gets offended. But every single night, me and my wife would watch the Winter Olympics. There was one event that I had no idea what was going on. They were shooting a gun. They'd they ski around a thing, and then ski down a hill. And that's it. I don't know what the point of that was. I don't know what it's called. It was 3 different things, but I was excited watching it. Because it was kind of fun.
Yeah. No, yeah. Honestly, and I didn't even have to understand what was going on, but it was entertaining. It was impressive. Yes. I was impressed. I was like, wow. Because a lot of these events are on ice. So anything you're doing on ice, I'm like, wow, it impresses me. So the figure skating was amazing.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
It also made me realize that I'm never gonna go skiing ever in my life.
Yeah, I am happy I did not pick that up as a hobby, man. I am so happy. That's not in me, man. That's not for me. Definitely not. No. Yeah. Any final thoughts?
I'm just ready, man. I'm ready to see these games. I'm ready for the baseball season to start. I'm ready to laugh and cry and be in pain and celebrate. Hopefully catch a game with you guys in person at Yankee Stadium. Maybe here at Fenway if the Yankees when the Yankees come and you guys are able to make it. I'm just hyped, bro. I'm ready to get my heart broken. I'm ready to be excited. I'm ready for all of it.
I don't know if I'm ready to get my heart broken. I am not gonna hype that up. But I'm definitely energized for the tournament, and may the best team win.
Yeah.
And you got me even more hyped because we're here. That's it. To it starts tonight, right?
Yeah, I believe it's Australia
Versus
and
Chinese Taipei.
yes. So they kick it off tonight. March 4th, ladies and gentlemen. World Baseball Classic is on.
Yes. We'll be back when we are deeper into the tournament.
Yes.
Give you our thoughts. And we'll see how accurate our predictions have been. But let us know in the comments who y'all think is going to win and how y'all see it. What y'all agree with, what y'all disagree with. Let us know. These tournaments are fun. They're meant to be fun. It's almost lottery-esque. It's like March Madness almost.
Basically.
You know, very high level teams. So anything can happen. Yeah, but
On that note,
thank you. Thank you for tuning in.
make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, DM, whatever you guys want to do. Thank you guys for the support.
I'm the
See
DM
you
guy.
next time.